protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear.
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Epic Smasher. I was just eating some sushi from Kroger. It was so good. Whew. My hair is all messed up. I was wearing a hoodie today. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Junior Ramirez. What up, bro? Matt Owen, how you doing? We got Sammy in the house, Chantel in the house, Alex. Let me put these all on the same side. That way I'm only looking in one direction versus two. Hiccup. Yes, baby. I'm live streaming.
It's not working, it's just lagging.
What's lagging? The internet?
I don't know.
2.2. All right, we back. Leland, Tim here? Okay, I see you. Sammy says, just looking for a job while I listen away to the stream. Ooh, wishing you many blessings. Wishing you many blessings. Leland, what's up, bro? Okay, Benji, I'm ready when you are, man. I'm gonna do all this at the same time. Make sure to like and share the stream with someone who needs some positivity. I like that. I like that. Shatira. Making a lunchly pizza. I have not ate anything but a donut and some oatmeal this morning. So I was a little hangry before I started. It's like, I can't be hangry My eyes are blurry. I am ready when you are. What up, Trent? Typically, we would stream for an hour, guys. I had both my sons in tryouts today, so I do have to go pick up my son for tryout. So I'm gonna answer all the questions as soon as possible. Ben, I don't see a question, bro. It did not show up. Okay. My eyes are a little blurry. All right. My eyes are blurry. I need to put some drops in. But for now, here we go. There's a question. What's the best way to get unstuck if you're in a rut? What is the best way to get unstuck if you're in a rut? I think I've kind of touched on this before. The best way to get unstuck if you're in a rut. I think it definitely depends on the situation, of course, because it's like, okay, are you stuck on a certain topic, certain thing? But if you're stuck in a rut and you're wanting to get unstuck, it has to come down to your routines. It has to, are you clear in the mind? And are you writing down these things that you're having issues with? If you're writing down these things and you're basically gaining clarity by taking things off your mind and putting it on paper. So that way, once you put it on paper, you can reread it, you can look at it, and you can observe from a different perspective. And you can be like, okay, hey, these are the things. Got it. Okay, now I got to reverse engineer from there. So my thing, if you're in a rut, is to write things down, get some clarity. Now, as you write them down and you're finished there, go ahead and meditate on that either topic, that thing, or if it's just a whole, start meditating because you got everything that's on your mind out on paper. Now you can go ahead and meditate on the things that you reflected on via journaling. Once you go through the meditation, then you're not only going to have clarity, you're going to have a little bit more peace, and that stress and anxiety is going to be coming down because you're not going to have to worry about all these other thoughts that may not be your thoughts coming up to play. So I would say journal, meditate, and then in addition, going on a walk. I know it's something that's kind of come up multiple times here, but these are ways to get your mind at ease, to bring peace, to bring clarity, to bring reassurance. If you're in that rut, you have to reverse engineer from that. And in order to reverse engineer, you have to get a clear mind. And the clear mind comes from journaling, meditating, and eating right. I know I've answered this before, but it really comes down to that routine. Are you in a headspace that's going to allow you to get to that next level? It comes from within first. So you need to make sure you're eating right so your gut is good. And then you need to journal to get those thoughts out. And then you need to meditate to get clarity. Once you have those things, then it just comes down to action. Once you do those things, then you've written it down, you've meditated, you're eating right, put action on the things that you wrote down and the things that you meditated on. Write down the first 3 things that come to mind. Okay, hey, I need to work on this, this, and this. Okay, sweet. Which of those 3 things is the biggest priority? All right, cool. This one's the biggest priority. Well, then from that point, okay, my first focus is this. Now reverse engineer from there. accomplish that, you're building trust within yourself. You're going to get out of a rut because you're going to work on that. You're going to accomplish it. Then the second priority, work on that, accomplish. Then the third priority, work on that, accomplish. You're going to work yourself out of it. But you have to do those things in order to make that happen. All right. I like it. I like it. You guys, today is Motivational Monday, so you have the ability to ask questions, whether it's in the chat or it's on the Discord. If it's in the chat, it's not anonymous, so others can see who asked that question. If you ask it in the Discord, it will be anonymous. Nobody will know it was you. And then in addition, you guys, I don't read any of these questions beforehand. So you're just getting the most authentic answer from me. You're getting the most authentic answer from me in these moments. So you can put it in the chat or you can go on Discord and fill out the form. All right, Ben, I'm waiting here, mate. A lot of times, if you get that gut right, you meditate, you write things down, it's going to be a lot easier to get out of it. Okay, here we go. How can I help my partner understand and accept realistic expectations from me? I just feel like right now they're expecting more from me than I can realistically give without feeling like I'm letting them down. Okay, so you want to set an expectation with your partner to make sure that they understand that you don't have the capacity to do everything that they want you to do, and you don't want to let them down. Sure, understandable. Audit your life. Audit your life. It's super simple. Audit your life. Write down from when you wake up to the time that you go to bed what you're doing from A to Z, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., whatever that may be. Write down what you're doing. Audit your life for the next week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month. Once you have that audit and you know what you're doing from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., you can come to that partner, or you can do it immediately, but this gives you a little bit more receipts. You go to that partner and you say, hey, this is what I'm doing from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And do we have to explain ourselves all the time? No. But the more clarity you give your partner, the more that they can understand your world, because they can only come from their world. You have to mesh the two together. And in order to do that, you have to over communicate sometimes. And that's okay, as long as you're comfortable doing that. So if you know you can't handle all those responsibilities, audit your life, find out from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. what you're actually doing. Make sure you're setting aside time for yourself in this. Don't just, I'm doing this, and this. Make sure that in between that time, you're setting aside time for yourself. So that way, when you come to them, you can say, hey, from blank to blank, I'm doing this. And during this time, I need to make sure that I am level-headed. So at this point, I'm getting my mental clarity back. I'm taking some time for myself, and that's okay. We're allowed to do that. We're allowed to have those moments. If your partner doesn't understand that you need a break, I'm sure at their work, I'm sure when they're at work, they have 15-minute breaks, maybe a couple times a day, plus their lunch. That's time for them to wind down, get off of that mindset, refocus. That's your time. You're allowed to have that. So audit your life, 6 to 10 p.m. Write down everything that you're doing. Then bring it to them and say, hey, this is what I'm doing from this time to this time. Boom, 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 boom. It seems that I can't get this, and this done in that time. You can see that, right? They say yes. Okay, I see what you're doing. I see that you don't have time for this. How can we alleviate that from you? You ask for that support. And you say, hey, I'm doing blank and blank from this time to this time. I'm not able to get this done. You can see that. I would really love your support that when you get home, that you can help me with blank, blank, blank. Or You say, hey, give a realistic expectation. I'm not able to get it done on Monday. Wednesday's a better day for me. You see Wednesday? Boom. Wednesday, it seems like I have a lot more time to be able to get that said thing done. So Wednesday is when that's going to get done. If you would like it to get done anytime sooner, please come with me and help me out during this time, and we can make that happen. It's not a one-sided thing. A relationship takes two people, but it also takes two people to communicate. It takes two people to set boundaries. And you have to be like, okay, hey, I can't and I'm not able to do this without help or within this time frame. I'm able to do it next weekend. You see my schedule. I also need time for myself, so I'm scheduling that in as well. It's not just like a job. It's not just like a job. It's just sometimes you do have to over communicate so that other individual can understand your world because they only see theirs. They don't understand what it's like to live in your shoes unless you explain it. You guide them through it. You paint a picture for them. I'm sure you have a loving partner that will understand these things if you bring it up in certain ways. And if they don't, you need to paint that picture a little bit better. Or that's on them. You can't live up to a high bar if you don't have the hours. You can only be the best you can be with the time that you have. And you just need to explain that to them. And if they don't understand that and they have an issue with it, you ask for support. You say, okay, well, I see that this bothers you. I see that this is important to you. I would love to make sure that this happens for you. I care for you deeply. Would you like after work for you to go ahead and help me out during this time so we can knock this out together? If the answer is no, then okay. If you are at work.
There. That's on you.
Why?
Can I bring it to you?
What?
The toy.
If somebody's wanting me, tell them I am doing Motivational Monday. I cannot talk to them.
No, to them having an attitude now.
They're having an attitude, then don't play with these.
No, this one guy.
I appreciate you being a girl. It's awesome. I appreciate you so much. Okay, son, I gotta focus up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I gotta focus up, okay? All right. Here we go. All right, guys, we back. We back. Okay. So just remember to hold your boundaries. If just to recap, guys, the question was, how can I help my partner understand and accept realistic expectations from me. I just feel like right now they're expecting more from me than I can realistically give without feeling like I'm letting them down. So we've already given our thoughts on that. Once again, just set out one. It is important that when you're in a situation or a relationship that you communicate. The best way is to communicate. Set that time frame. Over communicating is best. I know sometimes it feels like we shouldn't have to. I understand that. But it's best to paint this picture so your partner can understand. The more your partner understands, the easier it is for you to be able to get that result that you're looking for. So over communicate. Audit your life from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Write down exactly what you're doing. Make sure you're including time for yourself so that way you have...
Not coming.
Can you be quiet?
Not coming.
I'm live streaming. I'm doing Motivational Monday. You can have my phone, yes. But I need you to go out there and I will be back out when I'm ready.
Can I say hi?
You can say hi. There we go.
Got my cast off.
You got your cast off. Tell him. Tell him you got your cast off.
I got my cast off.
Show him. There we go.
Dad, this is a new phone case?
Yep, I got a new phone case. Okay, here we go. So make sure from A to Z that you're auditing your life, that you're telling that individual, what's up, guys? What up, Sammy, Marinara, Mona? What's up, guys? Yo. So from A to Z, what you're doing, include time for yourself, over communicate, paint that picture for them, let them know that you need their support if it's not going to be done within a reasonable time or you just don't have the capacity to do those things. The more you paint that picture, the easier it is for them to come into your world and them understand. Bro.
Can you turn on a song?
I need to explain something to you. Motivational Monday is very important that I focus up and I give answers. If I keep getting distracted and moving away, I can't get good content and I can't help them in their situations. Do you want to help them with their situation? Okay, the best way you can help me right now is I'm going to set this up for you. And then when daddy comes out, we can hang out, we can talk, we can play, we can do all the good stuff, okay? I have 20 minutes left before we have to go pick up Bentley. So I need absolute silence, okay? What song is it that you'd like?
I feel tired. I feel tired.
I feel it coming?
Mm.
What is that?
It's a song.
Oh, The Weeknd. That's a good song.
Yes.
That's a good song. Okay, go ahead. All right. Okay, so that's going to solve that issue for you as best as possible. You're going to be able to communicate. You're going to have... Let me shut this. Okay. Prime, welcome, mystery gifter. Yo, 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 yo. Karin, what's up? All right. Here we go. I'm ready for the next question. That kind of sums it up. I know we didn't get probably a great piece there in a all one segment there, but it'll be okay. All right. Next question is, how can I balance the demands of my full-time job, growing my side hustle, and preparing for a baby without feeling completely overwhelmed? Wow. You're really going through it. And you're tough. And I think that's really, really awesome that you're able to do all those at one time. Congratulations on the baby. That's super cool. I like that you're wanting to be an entrepreneur and use your job as leverage. So how can you balance the demands of your full-time job, grow your side hustle, and prepare for a baby without feeling completely overwhelmed? It's a great question. So in any other situation, it's like taking one step at a time, only the step that you can handle. Baby steps will eventually lead to the end destination. Taking giant steps, the steps that make you feel a little bit overwhelmed, it may get you there faster. However, you may not feel as good doing it. So how you can balance the demands of your full-time job, grow your side hustle, and prepare for the baby without feeling completely overwhelmed is go at a slower pace. Take those smaller steps. Ask for help in certain areas to make it alleviate a little bit more for you. If you have a partner, ask for more help with preparing for the baby. If you're growing your side hustle, figure out how potentially AI can help you. Just simplify the process. If your full-time job is too hard or there's a lot of demands to it, I really appreciate you for being vulnerable enough to speak about this. I hear my son in the background. But in order to have that baby and to be able to be ready for that baby, you obviously have to do your side job or to be able to do your full-time job in order to leverage that. So take it a little bit slower. I think that would be my suggestion to you is take it a little bit more slower. Your full-time job is very demanding, it sounds like. Do a little bit more breathing exercises. So that way, they say stress on a baby or stress during pregnancy is not good. So you can also hear your son plus music. Dang it. Hang on one second. Hey, son. You just got to be a little bit quieter. Mondays are hard for me to be able to do this, okay? Thing doesn't close for nothing. Can't do it. Okay. So the question was, how can I balance the demands of my full-time job, grow my side hustle, and prepare for a baby without feeling completely overwhelmed? So my suggestion was take smaller steps, slow it down, have some patience, some compassion, some empathy for yourself. You're doing a lot. You're about to be, and I don't know if you're a mama or a daddy, preparing for a baby. So I don't know if you're a mom or a dad, but you're doing a lot. And I'm proud of you. Take those smaller steps. Ask for help from the loved ones around you. If you know you need to build some stuff for the baby room, and that's something that your partner can't help with, ask a friend, ask a family member. You're growing your side hustle, I said, while you're growing your side hustle. You can use AI to simplify some of the process, alleviate some of that overwhelming feelings. And then the demand for your full-time job, the job is always going to push us. Take it a little bit slower. Just a little bit slower, enough to where you can go at a pace. It's not going to be too overwhelming. Breathe it out. You have a baby on the way. You're in a good place where you're building a foundation. If the demand of the full-time job is too much, you could potentially find a similar job. Don't get too crazy with it. Don't overwhelm yourself with it. If you like where you're at and you like what you're doing, don't even listen to this part of the advice. But if it's something that's too much for you and too much demand, you could potentially, and I'm not saying do it before you have the baby, but you can prepare for when you do have the baby, that when you go back to work, whether it's maternity leave or for a father, I don't know what it's called, but you can go to a place where it's a little less demand. Or you can cut down on a little bit of hours to give yourself a little bit more free time. But it sounds like you're a very, very serious entrepreneur who wants to grow their side business. So that full-time job is going to be able to support that. So if it's something that you really love and you're doing and it's helping you with your side business, keep pushing on, just push on a little bit slower. Because once you have that baby, one, it's going to be a different change for you. You're going to have to put on 2 coats, yours and the baby's. However, you're going to be able to go back at the speed that you want once you have that baby. For now, take it easy, breathe, slow down, listen to your intuition. If it says, hey, I'm working a little bit too much, use a little bit of your sick time. If you feel too overwhelmed and just need a slight break, you can take a half a day. I'm not saying skip out on work. I'm not saying, take the time off if you don't need to, because you want to use that maternity leave as much as you can. So that way you can get to a position that once you come back, you can go even stronger than you are now. I'm proud of you. And that's just my opinion. I would say move a little bit slower. Look for AI to assist you with your side business. I'd love to know more about your side business, what you're doing. I'd love to know more about your job and what your job is. I think this is an amazing time for you. And you've done things right. You've set up a foundation to where you have income. You're growing a side business to where you don't have to work for somebody else eventually. And you're bringing a baby into the world to see exactly who you are. So I'm proud of you. Just go a little slower. Breathe. All right, next question. Sammy says, hey, Rome. Marinero says, heck yeah, buddy. Well done. Yeah, he's off for it. He's off for it. Now that he's got the cast, he's cast off, he's going. Muhizamenism. I don't know. Manzium. What's going on, bro? Today is Motivational Monday, everybody. For the time that I'm gonna, and I have like 5 minutes left. For Motivational Mondays, you have the ability to put a question in the chat, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. based off my experiences, based off my knowledge, based off of feelings, successes, and failures. I'm going to give you a different perspective, motivation, optimism. That's what I'm doing today. You can put a question in the chat, or you can go to Discord, fill out the form, and it would potentially be on next week's. Here we go. Ben, okay, I see you, bruv. Good call out. He says, usually playing Fortnite, but today is Motivational Monday, giving life advice to people who have questions. That's right. The next question is, I went out to dinner with a friend, but they spent most of the time talking to other people and weren't really present with me. How do I handle feeling hurt and ignored without damaging the friendship? So I guess I would want to know a little bit more. Did you go out with the intentions of just having one-on-one with this friend, or did you have was this a group function where there's more than just one person there? Because if you went out as a group function, then at that point there's many other individuals in the room. You're not going to get that one-on-one time that you're looking for. But if you want that one-on-one time, and I understand that you went out to dinner with this friend, and if they were talking to other people, I'm presuming that's because you guys had more than just you two there. So if you want to be able to have more time with your friend and have them more present with you, you can suggest going out with when it's just you two. Say, hey, I really, really enjoyed going out with you the other night. And I would really, really enjoy just having a one-on-one conversation. It's been something that I've been meaning to have. And I really love your presence and I enjoy having you around. And there's something in particular that I'd really like to talk to you about, if there is. And if there's not, just say, I love your quality time. The words that we speak into one another. I interpret it as a one-on-one, but could be a group. I interpret it as a group. But if it is a one-on-one, because they're talking to other people, is that like talking to people around the restaurant? Because if that's the case, have some gratitude. Be grateful that this individual cares about other people. Watch their essence, see how they're being. And if you want it to just be present with you, you have to preliminary, before the event, before the dinner, set an expectation. Say, hey, I really, really want to go out to dinner. I really want to talk one-on-one because I just want to let some things out. And I want to be as present with you as possible. Is that something that we can do? And if you're putting it in a position where you want to be present with them, then they're probably going to be like, oh, okay, this person wants to be present. They like having a conversation with me in particular. They're coming to me to have this conversation. Then they're probably going to hone in more. But if you just say, hey, let's go out to dinner, that doesn't really say too much. Just says, okay, hey, if the example would be, let's say Ben is like, bro, let's go out to dinner. Well, cool. I'll go out to dinner with Ben, but I'm a very lively individual. I like to talk to people, right? So I'm just being me. And Ben probably wants to have a one-on-one conversation, but he didn't give me that expectation. And I'm just like, the waiter comes up, yo, how's you doing? How's your day? Because I'm over here just wanting to make sure that who I interact with is having a positive experience, that they're smiling, they're having a good time, that I can brighten up their life. Let's say somebody walks past who has a cool shirt. I'm like, yo, oh my goodness, that was my favorite show. And then maybe it's like Goof Troops on their shirt or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's such a cool shirt. Or maybe there's a couple sitting across from us. I'm like, oh, I love relationships. So I'll be like, yo, you guys are beautiful together, right? Because I just want people to feel good. I just want to make an impact. I step into every single room that I step into to bring a smile, to entertain, and make people laugh. I want people to feel good after each interaction that I have with them. So if Ben didn't give me the expectation beforehand that he just wanted a one-on-one conversation, then I'm going to have no idea and I'm just going to be who I normally am. But if Ben comes up to me and he says, hey, yo, bro, I love how you show up. You're absolutely amazing. I love our conversations. I really want to have a conversation, just you and me. And I want to be as present as I can possibly be. If he positions it more like that, then I'm like, oh, he wants to be present. He wants to have a conversation with me. I'm going to be more present. Now, if it's like, yo, they keep picking up the phone, they keep having a conversation on the phone, or they have their phone flipped upwards or even out on the table, it can give that impression that they're not really paying attention or they're present. So you can give the upfront expectation, be like, hey, I really love having conversations with you. I'm actually going to put my phone away today. I'm going to make sure it's in my pocket turned off because I really want to hone in and be present with you. If you're painting that picture for them, they're going to move. Not in every case, because not everyone's super emotionally intelligent or IQ. They may not pick up on it. So you got to be as specific as possible sometimes. Sometimes if they're not understanding that you're going to do this so that way they will, then maybe sometimes you have to be straightforward. And you got to be like, hey, you know what? I just learned this new thing that like if both of us were to put our phones in our pocket and not have it on the table, it actually brings more presence to the conversation. Would you like to be more present with me? Because I would love to be more present with you. Let's go out tonight. Let's try it out. Let's put our phones in our pocket and, let's just hone in and have a conversation together, okay? It's something more along those lines is just give expectations up front. The more expectations you give up front, the easier it is for them to be able to comply. And it's not like you're trying to control them, but you're wanting a one-on-one presence. You're trying to be one-on-one with them. You're trying to be present. So give them ideas on how to be present. Some people don't know how. Some people weren't born and raised that way. Some people always have distractions. Some people are born with ADHD. I'm born with ADHD. My mind's always all over the place. I'm always people observing. But if somebody comes up to me and is like, hey, I really love conversations with you. Tonight, can we be as present as possible with each other? Because I think it would be really, really awesome to get some things off my chest. I'd be like, oh, this person needs me. This person wants me to be present. Okay, cool. I'll do that. But if somebody doesn't give me the expectation, I'm just going to be la, 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 la. You're cool. You're awesome. You guys look cool. Like, that's it. So I would say give the, Briley says you're just talking to two people. What do you mean, Briley? What you talking about? Are you referring to in the chat? Because let me tell you, we are live across all platforms. We're live on TikTok, Kick, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter X, Abstract. You name it, we're there. We're there. So there's people all across the board. And these are questions that people had from last week or the week before, and we're answering them now. We only have maybe a couple more minutes, guys. So I'll take one more question. Yeah. But I hope that helps. If you want to go into more detail, send another message. I'm down. If there's at any point, guys, you guys want to go deeper on these questions to make it to where I can be very specific, please do. Please do. I want to be as specific and I want to help you guys out as much as I can possibly help you out. These are Motivational Mondays is my favorite days. I want to be as present with you as I can possibly be. And in most cases, I don't pick up my kids until after Motivational Monday. So that way I can be super present, super locked in. So here we go. Final question. Final question is, I find myself often worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. Ooh, wow. Forward thinking. Okay. How do I stop overthinking what might happen in the future and instead stay focused on what's happening now and in the present? That's a good question. That's a lot of people's problem. A lot of people are just thinking about in the future and they can't be present right now. Some people are stuck in the past and that's where they stay. Some people stayed in the future. Some people are in the present. It's good to have a balance. It's good to be like, okay, hey, I'm going to think about my future because it's important, but you want to be present with yours now. Well, I do certain things, and I don't recommend this, but I'm just saying I do certain things that help me stay present in the moment versus thinking about in the future all the time. One of those is I put a smiley face on my finger, and I put a little person on my finger. Okay. So what I do is whenever I'm in my head or overthinking, or I'm supposed to be present with somebody or in this moment, I'll look down and I'll be like, okay, hey, there's a person in front of me. Boom, look at the person. I'm supposed to be focused on this individual. Here's a smiley face. What am I wanting to bring to them? I'm wanting to bring them happiness and a smile. So not that it comes down to the people, but having subtle reminders. It's almost like that movie Inception, where they have like their little teen tricks so they know that they're in reality versus not in reality, right? So having a little reminder to yourself, if you know that the trigger to your overthinking is maybe maybe I guess like by coming up with a plan, if you know your 1, 2, and 5 year plan, then it's going to be easier for you to stay out of your head. You have to clear those thoughts as much as possible. And how do you clear those thoughts? By taking a little bit of time and think about the future, of course. So what you can do is, if you're worrying and overthinking, well, what are you overthinking about? Is it you don't know what's going to happen in a year? You don't know what's going to happen in 2, what's going to happen in 5? Well, we never know what's going to happen tomorrow. It's not promised. However, we can prepare for that. And the more we prepare, the easier it is to get that off our mind. So if we have the 1, the 2, the 5 year plan, then we know that, hey, if I'm overthinking, I'm like, oh man, but I want to do this, I want to do this. Just go back to the plan that you wrote down, that you put together. Oh, I said I want to do this in a year. Yeah, it's written down, and maybe I want to add things to it. Sure. But the 5 years, I know what's happening in 5 years. I already wrote it down. By writing it down and coming up with a strategy, it's going to be easier for you to get it off the brain. So come up with a plan. Think about that 1 year, the 2 year, the 5 year. Come up with a plan and reverse engineer from that. If it takes you a week, that's okay. If it takes you 2 weeks, that's okay. If it even takes you a month, that's okay. But once you have that plan and you then are in the present moment, and you're like, man, and the future and this and I want to do this, or this isn't happening yet, or when am I going to get married? When am I going to have kids? When am I going to have a house? When am I going to have a car? And whatever comes up to your brain, just go back to that sheet and say, I already wrote it down. This is when it's going to happen. Don't revert from the plan. Sometimes we got to change it. Sometimes it's going to look a little different than what we originally put together. So that's the first part, is coming up with a plan, a strategy, so that way you can get these thoughts off your brain. And then to stay in the present moment after you've done that, I'm going to reiterate this because it really, really helps, and it helps me. I'm an overthinker. I overthink. I think about a million possibilities, and only one of them is true. Like, they all could be true, but like one is definitely true, right? So I'm overthinking. But if and when I decide to be like, okay, hey, I'm good on the overthinking. What I want to do is I want to meditate. But it's very important, and this one's coming up again, but it's important to journal, guys. The more you journal, the easier it is to get the overthinking to stop, to get those voices to calm down. I have like 10 to 12 to 20 different voices in my head at all times, guys. I know it sounds crazy. Whatever. I have so many voices in my head that's like, do this, do that, do this. You're not doing this. You're all sorts of different ones, whether they're telling you good, whether they're telling you bad, whether they're creating anxiety, whether they're creating overthinking. You got to calm them down. And in order to calm them down, you have to calm yourself internally. And it will be expressed externally. How you do that is by journaling. Get those thoughts off your mind. Get those thoughts off your mind by journaling. That helps you stay in the present too, because you're in the moment and you're writing and you're like, boom, 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 boom. Once you journal it, then meditate, because once you meditate, that it's going to put you on a frequency, on a vibration. It's going to calm you down. While you're meditating, do a breathing exercise that helps you from stop overthinking, that helps you calm down, that relaxes those nerves, that relaxes that nervous system that's telling you, hey, we can't do this, we can't do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. But in all reality, if you just do it in a simple step of just journaling, meditating, you're going to have a way clearer mind. So, strategy. Karen, welcome. Put a strategy in place. Once you have that strategy there, you can start off the strategy by journaling and meditating. Once you do that, then start writing your strategy down. Okay, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, this is what I'm going to do. Once you have that, then you can start thinking about other things that are happening now. And how you can do that is you say, okay, well, the 1 year looks like this, 12 months looks like this, each month looks like this, each week looks like this, each day looks like this. And once you get down to the day marker, this is where the overthinking kind of stops. Because then you're like, oh, well, this is what my day looks like. And this is where a calendar comes into place. If you know a structure and you know on how you're doing it, and you know what you're doing for that day, you're going to be more present, because you're like, okay, at 1 o'clock, I'm going to do this. All right, cool. There's a little future think, but then 1 o'clock comes down and you start working on that project. 2 o'clock comes down and you're like, okay, it's lunchtime. What am I going to eat now? Or maybe you already prepped it. 3 o'clock comes around and you're like, okay, now it's time to do something for myself. 4 o'clock, now it's time to work on that side business that I was talking about. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, all the way up. You know what you're doing in that present moment. Journal, meditate, strategy, know what your day-to-day looks like. Follow that day-to-day. The more you're in a structure, the easier it is to stay there versus go there. The good news is you're not just past thinking. A lot of people have that issue where they're just thinking about the past, who they used to be, the wrongs that they did, how they could have made it right, what they could have done, the past selves that they are, or they were. Right now, I got 1 minute.
I'm to tell my friend.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay. So, plan, strategize, meditate, journal, day to day. Know what you're going to do. Once you know, you can easily implement and you can change right off rip. You can be like, oh, I had this plan, but you know what? Right now, I want to do this. I hope that helps. You guys, I got to go pick up my son. I'm going to go pick up my son from tryouts. I love you guys. Keep being awesome. Keep being amazing. Sammy, Karen, favorite little Sarah, Devin, Panda, Mona, Briley, Chantel, Dragon Ball Z, Mysterious, Ben, Rick, Mahal, Mahais, Exy. Appreciate you guys so much. You guys are bossy bosses. Sammy, thank you so much. Made it back before you left. Smashing that like button. That's what I'm talking about. I love you guys. We'll be here tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST. Things are starting to flow. We're in our new place. Things are starting to flow. I'm getting things in order. I got to put some new lights up. It's going amazing. I love you guys so much. I'll catch you guys on the flip side tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST. Make sure you guys are here. Everyone's going to be able to play Fortnite. If you didn't get your question answered, make sure you guys put your questions in the chat next week or in Discord in the forum. Okay?